Recording in progress.
Good evening, honorable members.
Hello.
Honorable Sanguni, good evening to you.
Good evening, Honorable Chairperson, Honorable members, colleagues, and everybody else on the platform. Thank you, Chair.
Honorable Ngola. Honorable Sokanyile.
Good evening, Chairperson, and good evening to the members. Thank you, Chair.
Honorable Nomvalo.
Chair, we are breaking up. We can't hear you. Chair?
Good evening, Chair. I don't know, you're breaking up. Good evening.
Oh, sorry, Glennis. Chair, I can hear you. I am present, but we can really not hear much of what you're saying.
Buff.
Chair, you're really not audible.
Honorable Cameron.
Good evening, Chair.
Good evening to you, Honorable Kola Barnett.
Honorable Carla Barnard is on a flight, Chair. Sorry, she can't join now.
Honorable Skosana.
Good evening, Chair. Ngilochisa wonke umuntu nesitshaba sikaZimbi kuzo zonke indawo.
Honorable Shongwe, Honorable Malema, Honorable Mattheys,
Good evening, Chair.
Honorable Mwango, Honorable Sols, Honorable Vessels, Honorable James, good evening, Mr. Ramano.
Good evening, Chair, honorable members, and everybody on the platform.
Can I check with you, do we have a quorum in this meeting?
Chair, we do have a quorum.
Can we record apologies, Mr. Ramano, those that we might have received?
Chair, honorable Vessel submitted an apology. He's busy with organizational matters. Honorable James will join us. She's traveling. She'll join us as soon as she lands. Those are the only two that I've received so far, Chair.
Okay, thank you so much. Can I rotate with the parties and check if we have apologies? Honorable Sangoni.
Thank you very much, Chair. Honorable Ntuli, I'm not sure if he has joined the meeting already, but he does have some organizational commitments today, so he'll be in and out of the meeting. And Honorable Ngola has submitted an apology due to family issues that he has to deal with. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Thank you so much. Honorable Skosana. Well, good evening and welcome.
Good evening, Chair, and I'm glad to be back. Apology, it's Honorable Nomvalo, organizational work. Shongwe, I'm not sure whether he'll join us quickly. Yeah. And just before you pass, I know. Okay, but I'll raise my hand. It's okay. Thank you, Chair.
Honorable Breitenbach.
Hi, Chair.
Any apology?
Yes, Chair. Honorable Carla Barnard is on a flight, so she's unable to join.
Okay, Honorable Mattheys.
Thank you, Chair. Please record Honorable Malema's apology due to organizational commitments.
Honorable Mwango, IFP. If he would have joined by now, Honorable Sols, PA, if he has joined. We received an apology from Honorable Vessels, Honorable James, if she has joined. Okay, good evening to you all, honorable members. I think we have dealt with the item of apologies. Let me also extend greetings to the staff of Parliament, the staff of your caucuses and members of the media and all South Africans joining us or following the proceedings on television. Can I check first, honorable members, before we proceed? How much time are we prepared to work today or tonight? Honorable Sangoni.
I'm sorry, Chair. I'm a bit, I'm caught a little bit off guard by the question, but I would want to propose maybe 2 hours, Chair, to 2100 hours, if that would be agreeable. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, Honorable Skosana.
Agree, Chair.
Honorable Breitenbach.
Chair, we'll have to work until we get the work done, so until everyone's tired.
Okay. Honorable Mathis.
Agreed to the proposal of 9 o'clock.
Okay. Honorable Mwango. Honorable Sols. Honorable James.
Evening, Chair, 9 o'clock, thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Sols. Good evening and welcome.
Thank you, Chair, good evening.
Thank you so much, honorable members. Did you want to say something, Honorable Skosana?
Yes. Chair,
Yeah.
I just wanted to say what I've seen here. I just want to reiterate once again. I've said this thing before, and I'm going to repeat again. This committee's ad hoc committee is not a portfolio committee of justice and constitutional development. And, you know, yeah, and it's unfortunate that I was not around. I'm not sure whether this was the modus operandi, because this is the only committee where I was removed from the portal. You know, all the other committees, it's fine, but I was not participating. I'm just saying, because I was suspended. But here I was removed here, and when I came back, I'm seeing this portfolio committee of justice and constitutional. So maybe I'm on a wrong platform. I'm not sure, Chair. And yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, and welcome back once again. It was not us who suspended you. We must proceed with the meeting. Just for your information, I
No,
see
Chair.
there is.
No, Chair. We are saying, I'm not complaining about you. I'm just saying this portal is not for portfolio for justice and constitutional. It must be rectified again, because this is another committee, Chair. The suspension issue, I was just saying that I was not around. Maybe you were going on with this, but for me, it's wrong, Chair. This is not a portfolio committee of justice.
We will have that recorded. We are using their platform and their resources.
No, Chair.
No, Honorable Skosana, we will have that corrected.
That's what I'm saying. For you to say we are using them, we are trying to justify this again. It's wrong. This is another committee, period, Chair. Except that they are wrong.
There is nobody who argues that this is the ad hoc committee, and there is not even any intention to dilute the platform of the ad hoc committee. All of us agree that these are meetings of the ad hoc committee, and you might have observed that.
No, but Chair, we are doing exactly what is wrong. I'm saying to you, they must change this thing. It's wrong. For you to say we are using them, we are again trying to justify what is wrong. They must put it straight. It's ad hoc committee, Chair. You must just ask them to remove this thing.
I am not justifying that. I'm saying to you that the coordinator of the committee is here with us in the meeting, and your concern has been heard and noted. It will be corrected. Do you still have any other further issue you want to raise?
No, I'm fine, Chair. They must just correct that. We must be impeccable as well, like the other commission. You know, our work must be impeccable and beyond any doubt. You know, and be professional. Thank you, Chair.
That is accepted. Thank you so much. Maybe just to take you on board, in the previous meetings that you have missed, we have adopted an approach that we are taking the report page by page. We are working on the pages in the report where the inputs of the parties have been factored, and each and every party is given an opportunity to make its comment or comments on the inputs as captured in the respective pages. So where the input has been or the recommendation has been sponsored by your party, we are going to start by calling you to confirm if that input is correctly captured before we rotate it to the members for comment. I hope you will be able to follow the proceedings as we go along. We are on page 375, honorable members. And on that page, the submission that appears is the submission of the EFF. On page 375, F, G, H, I, and J. And it's up to page 376. And the next submission will be on page 377, is by the African National Congress. And because the submission of the EFF is the whole page, is 5 paragraphs, I'm going to give you 2 minutes to read that submission before we give Honorable Mattheys to confirm.
Sorry, Chair.
Honorable Thoughts.
In our last meeting, I was asked to rectify some of the submissions and send it to Nicolette. I just want to know whether they were added as per what I sent. Thank you.
Okay, what we will do, just remind us towards exactly at 9 o'clock, remind us about that submission. It's the decision of the meeting, Honorable Souls, and let me assure you, there is no way you will not be given an opportunity to formally present that submission in this meeting. Is that okay with you?
That's in order, Chair. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Your 2 minutes have not expired, honorable members. You can be reading that those 5 paragraphs that make the submission of the EFF on 377 and on 375 and 376. Okay, Honorable Mattheys, are you able to confirm your submission?
Yes, Chair. Okay, so on page 375, F and G is no. F in particular deals with what we had already discussed in our last meeting in relation to Ms. Diaz permitting herself to be addressed as professor and doctor during proceedings. So that has already been dealt with. I'm not sure if it still needs to find expression under this section. This G speaks specifically to the issue on, so it builds to us having to conclude that because initially the draft reports or one of the preliminary reports had identified Ms. Diaz as having expertise in a field. So our response to that was that there was no evidence that was submitted in that regard. So it's not necessarily something that needed to be reflected, but it was to counter what was captured in the report that she was an expert in the field. And both G and H explains the same thing, that she couldn't verify or explain how she verified information. So it's speaking to that we cannot capture and introduce her as someone who was an expert in the field. And the same thing applies also to I. So H and I is the same thing. It was our second submission when the report continuously indicated that she was an expert. So I see that the content team just recorded the same thing in a different manner in which we captured it. So it's quite self-explanatory. I think we've already resolved on these issues, but it was more to remove that Ms. Diaz was an expert, and also to note that the minister partly took his decision or told us that he based his decision, which we also discussed at length on this, the complaint that he received from her. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, thank you so much. You are right. If we had already reformulated it in our previous engagements, and the part as well that talks to the minister relying on that, we said we must use the word consider. Can I now circulate, rotate between the parties to hear what your views are on the submissions of the EFF? We'll start with G, and the content team will find a way to match the first paragraph with the decision that we have already arrived at. The ENC.
Thank you, Chair. I know you said we'd start with G, but given Honorable Matese's submission on the common understanding on the committee and your summary of her submission, we have no problem with the paragraphs F, G, H, I, and J. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you so much. The MKP. Honorable Skosana. The DA.
Yeah, we're fine with it. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. I'm not sure whether you are hearing me.
We were
Chair?
not here. We were not hearing.
Oh,
you.
you're not hearing me. Okay. Yes. No, I agree with this statement here. I think it's captured correctly. So for the EFF, yes. For me, it's 100%. Thank you.
Thank you. The DA.
Yeah, it appears to be correctly captured. Thank you.
Thank you so much. The IFP. The PA.
No problem, sir.
Action SA. We move Honorable Mathis. Is it okay?
Thank you, Chair. Yes, we move.
Thank you. On page 376, there is a yellow highlight there. Does the content team want to talk to it?
Chair, thank you very much. Good evening, Chair and honorable members. That's just a new section that was added, and it was largely based on a submission made by the ANC on the fact that the National Commissioner basically how he handled the directive once he received it. But yeah, it's just a bit of context, and as you see in the next page, the submission made by the ANC. Thank you, Chair.
Okay. ANC, do you want to comment on the yellow highlight on page 376?
Yes, thank you, Chair. And maybe in commenting, I could just also speak to what we raised in.
377.
Yes, Chair. Chair, can you hear me?
Yes, if you can please deal with A, B, and C.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Chair. Chair, no, we agree with how the content team has expatiated our submission. In essence, what that raises, I think it's a question of, you will see later on, Chair, when we get to our recommendations, we are making a point for the need for clearer delineation of the roles between what constitutes policy, strategic direction vis-a-vis operational command and control. So here we were saying that, and we were reflecting on the National Commissioner's response to the directive that was issued by Minister Mkhwanazi, specifically the fact that the National Commissioner, and I think on other platforms, he would have also answered this and in front of the ad hoc committee on what did he then do when he got what he believed was an illegal or unlawful instruction from the then police or the suspended police minister. So our point is that we need to look at this matter and maybe assess it, and we do recommend further down that in the work that we are proposing for the review of the SAPS Act and for the intervention of the Public Service Commission and the state law advisors on clarifying roles and responsibilities, that matter is assessed further. So that is all that those paragraphs are explaining, Chair. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Can we now hear the views of the MKP on the submission by the ANC? Honorable Skwasana.
For me, I don't see any problem. I think it was captured correctly because the last time I went through it, nothing has changed. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Breitenbach.
Chair, I'm standing in for Honorable Breitenbach. It's all correctly captured according to us, Chair. We're comfortable with it as is. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Matthys.
Supported, Chair.
Thank you so much, Honorable Ngango. Honorable Sols.
No problem.
Honorable James. Thank you so much. We are on page 381, the submission by the MKP, Honorable Skwasana. Your submissions, Honorable Skwasana, are on.
Chair.
I don't see anything here, here, Chair. I don't know what happened. Can they write it again?
Yeah, it's number D on page 381.
No, now they are writing it. Yeah, now I've got it.
You
It was
also
not. Yeah.
You also have number F on page 382. But before you do that, Honorable Matthys.
Yes, thank you, Chair. Oops. Chair, just before we go on 380, I can't remember, and I don't have our submissions in front of us, but if my memory serves me correctly, under Lieutenant General Wuma, that we need to capture that she had submitted protected disclosure. It's not captured under her evidence. So this is just the evidence, and it's a summary of the evidence that she gave. And I think it's important that we capture that she submitted or she sent a protected disclosure, and we include the date that it was done, and she reported that it was not acted on.
Which page is that one?
Well, it starts off under Lieutenant General Avuma, it starts on 379 and it goes on to 380. So I don't know, we could actually insert a paragraph under F, so it'll be under G.
Okay, then I hear
Thank you.
the comments of the members on that. The ANC.
We have no problem with the addition, Chair. I think it's a statement of fact. Thank you.
The MKP.
I'm just. Can you come back to me, Chair? I'm just reading it.
Okay, the DA.
It's 100% like that, Chair. We don't have a problem with it. Thank you.
Okay, the IFP. The PA.
No problem, Chair. The IFP and the PA speaks as well.
Thank you so much. The Action SA. I'm not calling Freedom Front Plus because we received an apology from them. The Action SA. Okay, we can move to page 381, the MKP submission. Honorable Skosana.
Chair?
Yes.
The D is captured correctly, Chair.
Okay, and then 382 F.
You're on F.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's correct, but I don't think it's complete because it ends up by saying he took, yeah.
Are you happy with what is there?
Yeah, yeah. In fact, you know, the issue is that the president has failed as well, even if after he got that too. But anyway, I see
Yeah.
the EFF has said you know. Shongwe, we are disturbing. To hear me say, Shongwe just came in from nowhere talking with other people there. I'm saying that is captured right because I'm seeing as well here that anyway the EFF has added of what I'm saying it was not captured, so it's okay, it's fine, Chair.
Okay. Let's start on 381, the ANC. We are rotating page 381, item D.
We have no problem with 381 item D, Chair. Thank you.
The DA.
No problem, Chair.
The EFF.
Supported, Chair.
The IFP. The PA.
Speaking for PA only, no problem, Chair.
The Action SA. Okay, we move. The submission is supported. And then 382. Let me check first because it's composite, the EFF, the MKP and the EFF. Honorable Matthys, the one sentence submission by the EFF, are you happy?
Yes, Chair. In that regard, I mean, we didn't say what must be worded, but we were hoping our point here was that we need to be able to record that there was quite a long, to be able to record the time when the directive was given and when the president acted or responded to it. Just for the records, I mean, this is the evidentiary overview. We don't need to draw conclusions here, obviously, but it needs to be stated in this part on the time from when the directive was issued and the response from the president. Thank you.
And is that not a finding?
So that's what I'm saying. The finding part will come in, but in this part of the report of the I think we'll be still on the evidentiary overview and not the assessment. We need to capture that the directive was issued on this date and from our records when we understood or understand that the president acted on or responded to the directive, just for record keeping. So when we make findings, it's recorded.
The use of the word conclusion there.
Yeah.
So you are saying that there must be a way to reformulate it.
Yes, agreed, Chair.
Okay. And then the matter of the president ought to have appeared. We have also dealt with this matter previously, that it was a decision of the committee that the president will submit return responses. Okay, let me rotate to the members to hear your inputs on this paragraph, cognizant of the reformulation that Honorable Mathe is supporting. The ANC.
Chair, thank you, Chair. I think with your engagement with Honorable Mates, we are fine, understanding that the matter of the president ought to have appeared has already been addressed, and the fact that there was an EFF proposal for a stronger conclusion belongs somewhere else. And I think maybe we'll engage that when we get to it. So, yeah, with those matters reformulated as previously agreed, we are in agreement, Chair. Thank you.
The DA.
It's fine as previously agreed. Thank you,
No,
Chair.
Chair, you don't jump us for the DA, please.
Honorable Skosana, you are coming back. It is your proposal.
Honorable Skosana, let me start by forgiving you for having not been here in the previous engagements, because the proposal that is being discussed here is the proposal made by yourselves, and even before the chair could rotate, the chair sought your guidance to check if you are happy with what has been captured. And what we normally do here is that we will rotate amongst the parties, and if there is a need or an opportunity for a reply by the party or the member who has made the submission, that will be granted. But you are forgiven for that. The the EFF.
Yeah, we support you, Chair.
The PA.
Chair, are we dealing with G?
Yes, we are on page 382, which ends on page 383. Is F.
Oh yes. So we are, well, I do not agree that we need a stronger conclusion that the president failed to intervene timeously. because if we look at G, the understanding is that the position of the presidency or the president is that as the most senior executive, he allowed for processes to unfold within the necessary executive arm or executive department, which is, in this instance, the police. And after everything has unfolded, the president is of the view that at the time when he acted, he was supposed to be acting. So I'm not following around a stronger conclusion that the president failed to intervene timely. Who determines that time? So I say no.
No,
President,
Honorable Court, you agree with the spirit of the meeting that at this stage we cannot make findings, but that the paragraph must be reformulated. That is what Honorable
I'm saying it
says.
must not even be there.
Or you are saying that it must not be there.
My word for reformulate is delete it.
Okay.
Must not be there.
Okay. Action SA. Then I hear your replies, Honorable Matthys and Honorable Skosana.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. Nothing has to be deleted here. You know, the president failed to intervene timeously, period. We should not argue about that. If it has to be changed, if somebody wants to change again, to change it when we are doing what we're supposed to be doing. Before I was not participating in Chair. We were doing what exactly we are doing. I'm aware of what we are doing. I just wanted to highlight after Honorable Sangoni was talking about this issue that this issue of conclusion, it differs with that. But I'm saying, as MK party here, nothing has to be deleted. The president failed to intervene timeously. If it took 2 months or 1 month or 30 months, it's not a year. The issue is that he failed after he knew what happened. And I think it's nothing has to be removed here for now. Chair. Thank you.
Honorable Matthys.
Chair, I think Honorable Source, if he was paying attention, he would have known that we had said that that submission of ours will go into findings. So it doesn't necessarily find expression under here, but it needs to be noted when the directive was given and when the president responded, because the president also gave that in his testimony, and that's all. So thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much,
Chairperson.
Honorable Sols.
Chair, the insinuation of paying attention or not is a similar practice with the insinuation that the president failed. We must be clear that we have a right to state what our position is. If MKP disagree with the position, is fine. My position here on behalf of the PA is that is not necessary, even under findings. We will not say that we agree that the president has failed to respond timeously as a finding. So we want to state for the record, we maintain. Not relevant, it must be deleted. Thank you, Chair.
Yeah, look, I was just being generous because I afforded you an opportunity to react to the submission. We were at a stage where the sponsors of the submissions were giving their replies. But what we agree is that that part does not belong here. And it will come at a point during the deliberations, and members will discuss it and give their opinions about it. Whether it will be supported or not supported, it's okay. Because we're not making findings here, and that this is the spirit that we are progressing with, and further that the matter of the president appearing before the committee has been discussed and resolved previously. We will then move to page 385.
Chair,
The
my hand is
African-
up.
Hey, my hand is up as well here, Chair.
Okay, Honorable Mattheys and then Honorable Skosana.
Thank you, Chair. Listening is indeed a skill and also paying attention. So we're not in findings yet, but I'm glad that you managed to clarify on that issue. Thank you.
Honorable Skosana.
Chair, once again, I'm just saying that it must be recorded as well, that even if there was agreement that the president must respond in writing, but we had our reservation, it must be noted that we are against that, period. It was not like it was an enormous decision to say we are all agreeing on that, but we reached consensus, but it must be noted that we had a different view, that we should not give a president a special treatment. That's what we said, and it must be written as such. Thank you.
It's not going to be written as such because the committee has agreed on the approach that these are not the minutes. We are dealing with the evidentiary overview of the report. So
that's fine, Chair. That's fine. Thank you.
Can we move to 385, honorable members, the ANC?
Chair, I'm sorry, I can't raise my hand. I don't know why, but I want to come in on that message if you allow me, Chair.
You are allowed, Honorable Shongwe.
Greetings, Chair, and apology for logging in late. I was struggling with network. Chair, as much as we agreed that it's not minutes, we agreed on the minority view being expressed. So in this regard, I think Honorable Kwasana is trying to get to that point that we should be given the expression of Rule 166 as we agreed last time. So I think we are there, Chair. And it's very, very important because I always say in future, one day, somebody's going to read the document. So it must be expressed as such that there was a different view in this agreement. However, the majority won and gave it this understanding. So it's a collective decision. However, there was a majority and a minority. Thank you, Chair.
That is exactly what I'm saying, that this is an evidentiary overview. We are not dealing with findings or recommendations. The reality that happened was that the committee agreed that the president was going to provide written responses. And like we emphasized this matter in all the previous engagements, that all of us as members or as parties represented here, we abided by the decision of the committee that the president will provide written responses, and we submitted our questions duly to the office of the president. Can we move to 385? The ANC.
Thank you very much, Chair. I think that we have traversed this matter sufficiently, Chair. All it speaks to is the points that we had made before around the directive consisting of 3 components and the need to ensure that each of them is assessed individually. So we're fine. In earlier parts of the report, we raised the point and it was accepted by the committee. Thank you, Chair.
Yes, we have a decision of the committee on the delineation of the 3 components and how the assessment thereof should follow. The last part on page 385 is the submission by the MKP. Honorable Skosana.
Chair, are we discussing or you are recognizing my hand, or what is it?
Every time we come across a submission made by a party, the party that has made that submission must confirm that its submission has been properly captured. So it's time for you to confirm.
I'm aware, Chair. My only problem is that when you ask me that, there's nothing which is flighted. So what must I say? It's only now that I can see that.
I think what you should do, you must be like the chairperson and have the report on a table in front of you.
I'm not there, Chair. As you know, some people are traveling. Let me just make a disclaimer. I'm traveling as well. So I'm looking at this as well, you know, and I've read it, but I'm saying as far as the way it's captured.
The chairperson is worried that the chairperson is worried that the members have agreed that today we will only work for 2 hours.
No, it's fine, Chair. Obviously, if we have to be productive, we've been working from 8 o'clock. If we have to be productive somewhere along the line, Chair, we must end the day. Yeah, for me, it's captured, Chair.
Okay, thank you. 385. The bottom of 385, can we hear the comments of the African National Congress?
Sorry, Chair, 385 is the MK submission. Sorry, Chair. I thought Honorable Kosana was still commenting on the earlier submissions.
It
Chair,
says
can you come back to me, please?
The MKP.
This is point D, right?
Yeah, the MKP expressly submitted that the absence of contemporaneous records, legal advice, documented consultation, and a clear audit trail should be treated as a governance weakness in itself. It also relied on the timing and informal communication of the directive, the National Commissioner's receipt of it through WhatsApp, and the later articulation of reasons not fully recorded in the directive.
No, Chair, we don't agree with that. The issue of timing we had addressed earlier. To say that the 31st of December, which was the date of transmission of the correspondence by the minister, was a normal working day at SAP. So we can't raise timing as an issue as far as we are concerned. But secondly, the minister has owned the directive. He did not go out and say he does not know this directive. It was sent via channels that were, unknown. They were, what is this thing? They were not contemporaneous, if I know what the word or the meaning of that word is. So the minister has owned the directive. I don't understand how. We don't understand how somebody can send an email, indicate that this is their email, indicate the channels through which they sent it, as well as the fact that they would have consulted their advisors and transmitted it to the National Commissioner, can be regarded as a weakness. So we don't support this particular insertion, Chair. Thank you.
The DA.
No, Chair, we don't have a problem if it's captured that way. I think it's a matter of their opinion.
When you say captured that way, what do you mean?
Sorry, captured that way, Chair. So it's fine as is. Thank you, Chair.
The submission is fine the way it is in the.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah. Okay. The EFF.
Thank you, Chair. It's supported, though, because it's under the evidentiary record, it could just be worded a bit differently and state the facts. The last part of the sentence should be treated as a governance weakness in itself. That would find expression more under findings. But what the submission is trying to achieve is supported by the EFF. Thank you.
Thank you so much. The IFP. The PA.
The principle expressed, we have no problem with it, Chair. Thank you.
Okay, the Action SA. Thank you so much. We earlier took a decision that the 31st of December was an ordinary working day in the police service. What the Secretariat will do will reformulate this paragraph to reflect the principle as Honorable Matthews and Honorable Souls support it. Any reply, Honorable Skosana?
Sorry, Chair, before the reply,
Chair.
I do apologize, Chair.
Okay, let's take Honorable Sangoni before
My
you.
sincere apologies, Chair. I know that you are being lenient with me, but there's an inaccuracy there. I've heard other members agreeing to the general sentiment that is expressed, but there's an inaccuracy there. The fact that the National Commissioner received the document through WhatsApp does not mean that it was transmitted through WhatsApp. The National Commissioner, if we all recall, was not in the office, but the document had been formally submitted to him via email. So I don't think that, regardless of what the sentiment is trying to say, I don't think it's correct for us to record it as a fact that, you know, the National Commissioner only received the document through WhatsApp, because it was formally communicated to him through the official channels. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, Honorable Skosana.
We cannot deny facts here. This issue of the defending things. Chair, we were sitting in this committee. The National Commissioner received that on WhatsApp. Before anything, you can talk about whether they delivered by hand or by email. The issue, the National Commissioner was on leave. And the acting National Commissioner said it clearly here. Now, Chair, the issue of disbanding the PKTT was abnormal on the 31st, we all know. Let's not beat about the bush. We know that it's a normal day. But an abnormal day, as he said, I mean, the acting National Commissioner said it was weighed. He even made an example that people were busy crying and not worried about what was happening. Boom, there was a disbandment letter. We should say it as it is and not color code it and say, no, it was normal. It was abnormal. But if those who feels that it was normal, good luck. You can color code, but don't bring us into that. It was an abnormal day. We know it. We know it. You don't have to have a PhD degree to understand that. It's Christmas Eve is as well, or is on the 31st. We know it was a New Year's Day, and we know exactly what happened. For whatever the minister told us that we know exactly what transpired today. Let's not make ourselves a fool of ourselves here. We know it's abnormal. We are not denying that it was a working day, but we know exactly that you've got the skeleton staff. You have a skeleton staff. We know these things. Even other government departments, we know that it's a working day for some. Those who are working on this so-called critical department, they are working. We all know that. But it was abnormal for the minister to have that. There was no hurry. We'll have done that on the 2nd or the 3rd. There was no hurry at all. So let's not go there. Please, Chair. Thank you.
Okay. Members, the committee has, in its earlier deliberations, concluded that the 31st of December is a normal working day in the SAPS. We're not at a point where we are making findings whether the act by the minister was right or wrong. We will come to that when we deal with findings. And it's true that during that time, the police commissioner was on leave. Obviously, the person who was acting as the police commissioner would have been the one who received the the letter on the dissolution or disbandment of the PKT team. And then we will consult our records for purpose of accurate reflections. We will consult the records on how the police commissioner, General Masemola, received the information. I think we cannot spend much time on it when we have records that can confirm how that information was received. If it has been received via WhatsApp, it will be retained as such in the report. And if there is any other medium that was used, it will also replace the WhatsApp platform in the report. Can we now move to page 386, the bottom of page 386 to 387, the African National Congress.
This is a repetition, Chair. We have already discussed this matter.
So
it
must
relates to, no, it can be taken out. It relates to the point that we had spoken to earlier around what the National Commissioner would have done or not done, having received the directive, and we have already traversed it and discussed it. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you so much. Let's hear the MKP on the bottom of page 387, if they confirm the submission that has been made there. The MKP.
Yeah, I'm asking, where are we? Because I can't see anything here. The page we are talking about.
Can you please go to page 387J? I mean 387I.
Is the one which says General Masemula, they've shifted again, so I don't know what's happening here. Can you slide it down a bit? Is it I? Am I right?
It's 387I.
Yeah, the MKP submit that this limitation and the adequacy of the president's subsequent intervention required full assessment. Yes, and we are still saying that.
From here, you must start reading 388L, because you are going to come back again on that page, paragraph L on page 388. I'm now circulating 387I, the African National Congress.
If it's lighted, Chair, I will start reading. Thank you.
ANC.
Apologies, Chair.
We're on 387I.
Well, I suppose when it says requires further assessment, Chair, I'm not sure what the assessment means. But if we're reading the context, the president did respond to the committee. Yes, he did not give oral evidence. Yes, the members did not test his chronology. And if we're saying that it was a limitation of adequacy, Yeah, we can live with that, Chair. It's not an issue, but I'm not sure what we mean by fuller assessment. Perhaps we can ask the MK to clarify before we confirm that we are in agreement. Thank you, Chair.
Yeah, no, they will answer that when we deal with the findings and the recommendations. Can I now continue with the rotation, the DA?
Yeah, Chair, we can live with that as well. It's fine.
The EFF,
Supported, Chair.
the IFP, the PA,
We agree with Honorable Sangoni. Clarification. Thank you.
okay, the Action SA, thank you so much. We are moving to the next page, which is 388L, that is the MKP. Honorable Skosana.
Chair, as it is, Chair. Captured as it is, Chair.
Okay, the EFF, there is a part of your submission there.
Yes, thank you, Chair. Because this is under the evidentiary overview, it was more for us to note that while the minister took responsibility in his testimony that he gave the directive himself and there was no third party, it was just that we need to note that Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi, and in his testimony before us, was not convinced that it was. And I think it was Kibindi, or there was some email trail that went via the advisor. So there was a bit of uncertainty whether the directive came directly from him and there wasn't anybody else that was involved in it. Though we have to take, so this paragraph was more for us to be able to record that there were alternate testimonies or alternate views about the directive, noting that the minister himself has or said he took responsibility and he was not influenced by anybody else in actually writing the letter, not necessarily on making the decision. I hope that makes sense.
Okay, let's rotate the African National Congress.
Thank you very much, Chair. Chairperson, we reject the MK's submission on this. Firstly, okay, the issue of the timing we have dealt with over and over again. The apparent, I'm not sure. But we don't agree with the with the MKP's formulation. However, on the EFF submission, which in our understanding, they want to expand and dig into how the minister made the decision, which I think is something that we have over time sought to understand. I mean, it was the basis of this inquiry. The origin, the minister has sought to explain the origin. There's been no evidence that has been presented before us in terms of its origin being elsewhere. Authorship also we don't think is in doubt. But if they're saying that, you know, we need to look at something that we have looked at again, it doesn't make sense. But I suppose that at the core of the ad hoc committee itself would have been this directive. I don't know if further down in the documentation, Chair, sorry, my memory is failing me. If further down in the documentation, the EFF goes to then explain how they think that this must be done. I know that at some point, I think there was a reference to either forensic watwati, looking at the metadata of the documents and so forth. But yeah, we don't have an issue with that. But the MK submission, we don't agree with. We support the EFF's submission on this, barring the issues that we have raised around timing and so forth, and the issue of influence as well, which I think we had dealt with earlier. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, the DA.
Thank you, Chair. We don't support the MK submission. We don't think it adds any significant value. We do support the submission of the EFF. In fact, I think there's quite a bit that later on in the report could potentially be added to that for further value. So we submit, Chair, that we don't support the submission by MK, but we do support the one by the EFF. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, the EFF on the submission of the MK. Honorable Matthews. Honorable Mnango. Honorable Solis.
Chair, we agree with the submission of the MKP in as far as they are saying that the timing of the directive and its apparent benefit to persons affected by the Gauteng investigations. They are saying that it requires assessment, which is true. It does require assessment. When it comes to the last part, and that Minister Mkhunu had been influenced by Mr. Haas and Mr. Mkhwanazi, we feel that should be differently phrased, although it's not entirely misplaced, but it gives the impression that the minister only considered those two submissions or those two things that was given to him, which we feel is not accurate. So it should read differently in a sense to say that by Mr. Haas and Mr. Mkhwanazi, including other considerations, so that it doesn't give the impression that it's just them. And then the EFF, we definitely agree with that submission, that the rationale, origin, and authorship and the timing of the directive be assessed. We do agree with that. Thank you, Chairperson.
Action SA. Can we get your reply, MKP?
Thank you, Chair. In fact, they've omitted Patricia Mashale, because the minister himself, we spoke in length about that, and the records will show. It was not only so-called Professor Dihas and Mkhwanazi. There was Patricia Mashale, which the minister accepted and agreed that there was communication between him and her. Hence the submission. You know, and I must say that Mashale must be included here. You know, because the minister himself considered on that. You know, and so if one has a problem with that, I don't know. Hence, I once said, you know, that if all our submission, this is why what is happening is that, you know what, I don't want to bring politics there, you know, because we have to convince each other here and not say this one is GNU now, this and that. No, I don't want to go there. But let not twist the facts, because we are all here listening, and we have to capture this thing as witnesses were called before us, and we all listened. And there's nothing which one is bringing, Mkhwanazi Caesar or anyone bringing anything new here. There's nothing new. All these things were deliberated in our probe to all the witnesses who came before us. So for us to say this must be taken out, maybe the issue of it's a semantics issue here. I don't know, but yeah, I'm not going to be here defending each and every all of us our submission here. No, I'm not going to. If you feel that all what you submitted we are incorrect, it's fine. Thank you, Chair.
Chair Shongwe, my hand is up.
Honorable Shongwe.
Thank you very much, Chair. Chair, I'm reminded that we spoke on this issue a bit, and we had agreed that part of this issue, if I may remind the committee, we said we're going to look at the video where Minister Mkhwanazi he himself admitted to sending or advising Gabinde to record General Mkhwanazi. Now, Chair, if you check the video again, you'll find that it's only the three things he mentions that he relied. He never says he relied, but I can't have the right word, but his decision was formulated from that realization of what he remembered the complaint by Mashale, remembered the submission by Merit Dihaz as well. So there's nothing else the minister articulates in that response, which he also relied on something else. Mainly it was this and the finances. So I proposed here again this matter, same as that one we agreed we'll check the recording. Can it be checked on the recording by our staff? And then we come back to this matter and write it as it should be, because it is very, very important. These are elements where we can't make mistake of changing just even a single word. Let's just be accurate on this one. Let's allow the staff to check. If they have checked on that admission of the recording, can they also check on this one, Chair? That's my proposal. I submit, Chair.
Okay. No, yeah, this can I give a ruling, honorable members, so that we don't belabor the point? This
Chair. Chairperson.
Hello, is that Honorable Sols?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, Chair. I just want to clarify that we agree that there has been a consideration and an influence by Mary Dahas, Mkhwanazi, and now, of course, the added Patricia Mashale. No problem with that. What we are cautioning against is giving the impression that that was the only driving force or influence for the minister's actions. That was not what came out through the proceedings. So we're saying maybe just to add and other elements that he considered. That's what the position is, but we agree with the statement.
Yeah. From now onwards, honorable members, when we get to our meetings, I'm going to check if each one of you has a notebook, because Honorable Sols just came to the decision that I was going to make. If you remember, previously, this submission may not replicate itself verbatim or word for word, but in our previous meetings we dealt with a similar submission that used the phrase external forces, if members will remember. And the committee came to a decision that it was not only the submission that would have been made by Ms. Mashale or by Mr. Haas or by Mr. Mkhwanazi, But evidence was also presented before the committee, including the expenditure reports of the PKTT that were presented before us. So this decision was not solely based on what would have been said by Mr. Mkhwanazi or Ms. Marshall or Mr. Haas, but various other documents or information presented before the minister would have been considered. So we are going to stay with the formulation that we agreed to in the last meeting. Can we now move to the next page, which is page 389? 389 is a submission of the content team. Ms. Van Zyl, you can talk to it, 389 and the bottom of 390. I mean the top of 390, the bottom of 390 is a submission by the DA. They should get ready. Thank you, Ms. Van Zyl.
Thank you very much, Chair. I think here what we are saying is that what we've seen in the previous section to now is that the different political parties, mainly the ANC, MK and EFF, reached materially different conclusions on this matter. If I can go through it, G, must I read it?
Yeah, you can. You're allowed.
So, honorable members, the ANC distinguished the ports of entry component from the crime intelligence and PKTT components and submitted that the minister had misconstrued it or exceeded the proper scope of his powers in relation to the latter matters. The MKP submitted that the lack of consultation, irregular transmission, incomplete, contemptuous reasons, charging explanations, and wide external relationships justify stronger adverse conclusions concerning the minister and the executive response. The EFF submitted more strongly that the directive was irrational and unlawful, and that the crime intelligence moratorium was irrational, and that the evidence supported firmer conclusions concerning improper influence. The MKP additionally submitted that allegations concerning the alleged deployment of Special Task Force and National Intervention Unit to provide security at the Richards Bay Minerals raised a separate question concerning the lawful exercise of executive authority for private interests. The matter was not substantively ventilated or tested before the committee. It is therefore recorded that an unresolved MKP submission and cannot support an adverse conclusion on the present evidentiary record. Chairperson members, maybe it will be good for us to maybe share all the party submissions that was handed in. This submission by the MKP touched on this, however, it wasn't canvassed in the meeting, and that is what, or in the ad hoc hearings, and that is what we are trying to explain here, that some areas raised in the submissions were not really completely under consideration of the committee. So, G, if I can continue in N, for purposes of the draft assessment, the evidence supports the position or the proposition that the governance process associated with the PKTT and crime intelligence components was materially deficient and did not provide an adequate institutional basis for a directive carrying immediate and substantial operational consequences. Whether those deficiencies also establish legal invalidity, irrationality, improper influence, corrupt purposes, or individual misconduct remains a separate question for committee determination. The broader institutional lesson arising from the theme is that consequential ministerial directions affecting operational structures should not depend primarily on informal communication, personal relationships, or the ability of individual office bearers to manage disagreement. A durable framework should require that such directions be written and reasoned, identify their legal and policy basis, distinguish policy objectives from operational implementation, record consultation and legal advice, assess operational, financial, and continuity risks, preserve active investigations, personnel, witnesses, exhibits, and institutional knowledge, and provide a defined process for escalation to the president, cabinet, and another competent mechanism where the minister and national commissioner disagree. And honorable members, just to note here, while it seems like a bit of, in the entire section, might seem like a bit of a repetition on some areas, it must be repeated from the finding through the assessment to the through the overview, assessment, finding, and so on. But Chair, for now we need but I think there is some conclusion or agreement on this matter.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know if you want to retain it here, all of it, or you want to break it in parts, and some parts should go to the findings and the recommendations.
Yes, Chair. I think we will slightly reword it, but very refine it a bit based on the previous discussion further on theme 1. So yeah, we will break it up, but we'll bring it the manner in which it was dealt with under the members' attention, if that is okay.
Yeah. Because I can see that some of the matters, like for instance, the submission of the ANC on the reports of entry, crime intelligence and PKTT components, if I'm not misrepresenting them, we have discussed this and have agreed on the separation of the criteria for assessment of the 3 components. And there were also further submissions that were made on the presentations around the ports of entry and crime intelligence, as well as the PKTT. Yeah, and let me allow the parties to comment the ANC.
Thank you very much, Chair, and also thanks to the content team. Chair, we agree with the conclusion that is reached at O, in terms of the lesson from the theme, which speaks to the fact that directives should obviously be in line with the principle of legality, of rationality, that they are reasoned, that you can follow through, how those decisions are made, the reasoning gap, I suppose. So we accept point O. We also accept point N, which comes before point O. Maybe I should have started there. That the evidence supports the proposition that the PKT and the crime intelligence components were materially deficient. However, on the basis of what we have, you cannot necessarily establish particularly improper influence, corrupt purpose, because no such evidence was presented before the committee. We probed and probed and probed. I know people will want to call it defending, but we probed trying to get to what was the corrupt purpose, what the corrupt purpose, can it be justified in terms of the evidence that was presented before us, and that we never got. On the issues of the crime intelligence moratorium, on the moratorium on the appointment of posts in crime intelligence and the PKTT, we also agree that we thought that the minister had misconstrued his powers as defined in law, and he had exceeded the scope of his powers in relation to the matters. In this regard, we do make proposals further down in the document in terms of how we believe that those deficiencies could be mitigated in the future. So that would be our submission, Chair. Thank you very much.
Thank you, MKP.
Thank you, Chair. One, the issue of the Richards Bay terminal was not interrogated to the end, but he said there's an issue there, and it has to be noted that why was the state getting involved in a private issue, in a private matter? Because that matter, the general on our own portfolio committee raised all those issues about that issue that he was not even aware. He was not even aware. Be that as it may, you know that the president is involved. We know that. Let's not even go there now. And there's no conclusion. I mean, I think that's what we agreed.
Chair, can we call a point of order?
No. There's no point of order. I'm still.
Can I call a point of order?
What I want to say. Just wait. Don't jump to conclusion.
Honorable members, Honorable Skosan, when a member calls a point of order, you cannot hear yourself saying no. Because once a member calls a point of order, you say no. It means you are
making the name of the president. That's why she's going to say, I know that. My flow of conversation is disrupted.
It means you are the only person.
What I wanted to say.
You are the only person speaking in the meeting. And when you become the only person speaking in the meeting, even when you say that the president is involved in the Richards Bay terminal, it must be correct, because nobody must speak. If other people call points of order, you know that you are going to say no. And even when the chairperson tries to restrain you, you keep on saying, I knew that once I mentioned the name of the president, he is going to speak. I don't think this is the right attitude for this meeting. We are engaging as members of parliament. Each one of us is given an opportunity to speak. We have never on any day at any moment prevented any person from speaking in this meeting. And we will continue to give each other chance to speak. If we hold you, it does not mean that your right to speak will be taken away. We will hold you, the point of order will be taken, and from there will allow you to continue. Is that correct?
I'll wait, it's okay.
Thank you. Honorable Sangun.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson. Honorable Chairperson, it's unfortunate that some of us must be made to feel like we can't contribute on discussions because people will say we knew. But Chair, we have been engaging on this discussion, and we've done it from a principle of objectivity, and we would raise our views, and we expect that you, as our chairperson, will continue to protect our right to do so. However, I do take umbrage with the fact that MKP, Honorable Skosana in particular, is determined to throw any mud at the president and see if it will stick. This report that we are now on almost 400 pages of has not presented in any way, shape, or form any evidence against the president being involved in a Richards Bay matter. Now, we even got to the point where he says, using his own mouth, he says that this matter was not canvassed enough. It was mentioned, yes, by General Lieutenant Mkhwanazi, but we did not interrogate the matter. Now, for him to come here and cast aspersions against the president, hoping that something is going to stick against the president, is something that I think we should call into order, Chair. If he wants to say that Richards Bay was not canvassed enough, it's something that must be referred for further assessment. We're happy with that. But you can't make statements as if they're statements of fact that the president was involved. In fact, if you go back to the record, Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi spoke about the presidency and he never told us who was in the presidency. So for him to come and say the president was involved, Chair, please, can you ask him to withdraw that statement? Thank you very much.
The point of order is sustained. Honorable Skosana, may you please withdraw the statement that
No,
says
Chair. No, Chair, I'm not going to withdraw anything here. As I said, that point of order was about the president. The president should not be mentioned here. Once the president, even in our deliberation, once you mention the president, Honorable Sangoni jumps out. Every time. Once you mention the president, as long as we are not supporting what the president was doing or alleged to doing, then you must withdraw. Why? Why on others there's no withdrawal, Chair?
So
It's not fair, Chair. We are not concluding, as you were saying yourself, that we are not taking, these are not recommendation of findings. I'm saying, I'm still repeating what I said. This issue, which was raised now, about the Richards Bay terminal, the president, the general, because I sit in the portfolio committee of police, the fortunate part, he said that, and he even said it when we're deliberating the matters there. But it was not transparent enough. But I'm saying to you, Chair, it must be included.
Yeah, no, you are out
when we're talking about these matters, we were agreeing, Chair, that we must include this or we must subtract this.
You are out of order, honorable member. When this meeting started, you were the one who reminded us that this is not a platform for the Justice and Constitutional Subcommittee. And then midstream, you come to this meeting and tell us that you sit in the police portfolio committee. I don't sit in that portfolio committee. I sit in the ad hoc committee where I'm the chairperson. It has never happened. It has never occurred. There was not even a potential that on any day in our proceedings, a witness will come and tell us that the president was involved in the Richards Bay terminal. So the statement that you have made, you are not withdrawing it. I cannot get into your mouth and make you to withdraw it. The statement is inaccurate. The statement is misleading. The statement is unfounded. The statement is malicious. It has never been made by any witness. And you cannot, as a member of this committee, when you have been given responsibility to preside over evidence being presented before you and later make an assessment, you want to come and be a witness yourself to say I was in a meeting of the Portfolio Committee of Police where the statement was made, and I am now a witness presenting it here before the ad hoc committee. That is malicious, is mendacious. So we can't accept such statements, but be that as it may, you have said that you can withdraw your statement. The chairperson is throwing that statement out of the meeting.
Yeah, Chair, let me come in, because as you said, you allow everybody. Unfortunately, Chair, sometimes you are taking sides. I must put it to you. You are taking sides. And I understand that. I'm not going to debate that. Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi told this committee about what happened in the police portfolio committee. I'm wrong if I'm making a referral on that. When the general himself said it in our meeting on the 6th, why he called that press conference on the 6th? Because us as police portfolio committee, we've let the country down. Now, if I'm making listen, Chair, please. When I'm making a referral, I'm not boasting. I'm just giving you that this issue of where do they? I mean, is it Nicole? Where did why did he wrote about the Richards Bay terminal if it was not transverse in our meeting? Now,
no, I want you to take us back in our proceedings where there is a witness who came before us and said the president is involved in the Richards Bay terminal. Who is that witness? And on what day, at what hour or minute was that statement made before the ad hoc committee? That is malicious. It has never been made before us. We can't come here and concoct information as members of the committee and want to force it through the throat.
Chair, I'm not forcing anything. You can take it away, but the fact remains. And I'm going
I am not taking it away. I am expectorating on it and throwing
it's fine,
it
Chair.
out.
It's okay, Chair. You've got all the powers. Take it out of this thing. It's okay.
I'm
When you our
recommendation,
Chair, please.
It's a malicious statement that does not belong to this.
Chair, it's fine. It's your own opinion. It's okay. I said you are a chair. You can do as you please. It's fine, Chair. I'm saying to you, I'm no longer talking about the Richards Bay the issue, but I'm going to talk about it on the findings, and I'm going to raise that issue because we are not concluding here. You said that we are not. There's no any conclusion here. But Nicole, when he put the Richards Bay, he didn't just put the Richards Bay for the sake of just naming Richards Bay. Why not? He was not saying Kutala, Kutala, whatever, or any other port. But he mentioned Richards Bay on this. I did not. It's not me who spoke about Richards Bay terminal. Nicole gave that report here. But be that as it may, Chair, let me say this to you, Chair. I'm still saying, let's not protect anybody. Whatever name is mentioned, you know, there's no conclusion here. There's no one who must say we are beyond reproach. We are not talking about anybody. I'm not talking about TNU here. I'm just talking about facts. And if you feel that there's not a fact, it's okay. But let me not be insulted as if I'm insane. Thank you, Chair.
No, what we are saying, we will never stop anybody from talking about Richards Bay Terminal, because the phrase Richards Bay Terminal would have been presented in one of our proceedings at the ad hoc committee. But it is horribly wrong for you to come here and say the president is involved in the Richards Bay Terminal. It's wrong. It's unpardonably, horribly wrong. Because you are now fomenting.
Chair, but Chair, please, Chair, I said, let's put the Richards Bay matter because there was no one who was involved. If you just put out that name, there was no one who was involved on the Richards Bay terminal. Let's let the dog lie. It's fine, Chair.
We are not saying that there is no one who was involved.
No, there was no one. There was no one. Let's leave that.
We're still going to deal with the findings.
It's
But what we
fine.
are saying is that members must not conclude on what was not presented before us as the committee.
Chair, please, let's leave that. Otherwise, we are going to debate this matter. The issue of merit has, the issue of patronage, there were issues as well. So it's not something. Some people don't want us to say the minister consulted Merit has and Mkhwanazi and the other one, but it's fine, Chair.
Yes.
It's okay. We are not concluding. It's okay. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm saying it for the last time that the statement that the statement made by you, Honorable Skhosana, that the president is involved in the Richards Bay terminal.
Let me make you happy, Chair. Chair, you said we're not talking that. He was not involved. It's fine.
It's not only
It's fine,
misleading.
Chair. He was not involved. He was not involved. It's okay.
It's malicious.
No, Chair, there's nothing malicious here. Chair, there's nothing. Why is thinking is malicious when it's raised about the president? When there's others, there's nothing malicious, Chair. No.
Listen.
No, Chair.
Listen. As the chair of this committee, I expectorate on a statement like that one and throw the gobble out through the window. Thank you so much. Let's proceed. The DA.
Thank you, Chair.
Sorry, Ian, you take it. You take it.
Thank you, Honorable Bradbach. No, Chair, we are happy with it as it is currently in the. Sorry, I've lost my place now. I was going to refer to something. I'll go on my own copy, but we're happy with it in the way that it was formulated and the way that the content team has put it together. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you so much. The EFF.
Chair, from us, I think the summary in N summarizes what the parties were saying and also our discussions on these matters that's captured in M. So N does do it. What I would say we might want to look into, because if my memory serves me correctly, we, the EFF, we submitted a question to President Ramaphosa on whether he was involved or whether he knew about the deployment to Richards Bay Minerals. So I think it might be worth us going to look into that. I will also get our team to look into the questions we submitted and also the final questions that were submitted and what the response was. I do agree that our findings, obviously, will come when we are doing our findings and our recommendations on this matter. But the Richards Bay Minerals must find expression that it was, it did come up because it ties in with the ports of entry. And if there was any improper influence, which is something that we'll discuss later under our findings and our recommendations. But in a nutshell, I think N summarizes it perfectly on what we need to do under this section. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you so much. The IFP, the PA.
Chair, the submission by the support staff we agree, but we feel that it's a partially accurate reflection of the proceedings on this issue. It is true, everything is true there around the directive having been misconstrued, etc., by the minister. But what the proceedings has also uncovered, which I see that all the time when we come to this point, the report is silent on this matter, and it's a material issue. So it's a material discovery of the proceedings or by the proceedings, is that after the minister sent the directive of an immediate disbandment, after after consultation with the senior brass of the SAPS, they concluded that it should be officially concluded, that there should be a winding down process, and then agreed to that, and the minister agreed to that, and officially a process of winding down, an official process of winding down was started. This is material. This is what our proceedings has uncovered and discovered. And I think on paragraphs like this or sections like this, in addition to what is written there, it must also be stated that the proceedings has also revealed that post that action, a winding down, official winding down process was agreed upon and implemented officially. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you so much. Honorable Souls, can we call Honorable James? Thank you. Can we get Ms. Van Zyl, host? You had the inputs of the members, including the last input made by Honorable Souls. What is your comment?
Yes, thank you very much, Chair. We have captured it, and I believe maybe some of the concerns will be raised under theme 2, but we will definitely just highlight it for future and just as we go along. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you so much. We will incorporate those inputs to that section. And generally, the members are agreeing to what is contained, which I think it concludes theme 1. And then we're now going to theme 2, PKTT governance, effectiveness, and case continuity. That is on page 390. And then the first submission on the bottom of the page is made by the Democratic Alliance. And then it goes over to 391. Can we have Honorable Breitenbach from the DA confirming that this is the submission the DA knows?
Thank you, Chair. Yes, it is our submission, but it's I don't know if we worded it poorly or if there's something missing there. The submission as it stands there doesn't really fully make sense. But we did make a submission about the consequences and that the attempted restructuring and movement of dockets would have or risked having for investigators, prosecutors, witnesses, etc. So yeah, the essence of it is correct. Yes, it's just the first couple of words don't make sense.
Yeah.
But that what consequences? That just needs to be cleaned up a little bit. But otherwise, yes, our submission.
Were there, honorable members, the DA agrees with the essence of its submission and further submits that the quality can be enhanced. The ANC?
Thank you very much, Chair. I'm sorry, despite what Honorable Breitenbach said, I still don't understand what is meant by that line. With your concurrence and benevolence, Chair, I would perhaps just request that they phrase it in a way that we can understand. So what is the essence of that submission? If you please, Chair. Thank you.
Okay. Honorable Breitenbach, is there any other way to say it?
Chair, perhaps we can come back to this. You can move on with other things and we can come back to this a little later. I think it gets mentioned elsewhere in the document as well. So let me just try and find that spot and perhaps we can remove it here. So please move on to others and return to this.
What we can say is that because we are left now with 6 minutes before 9 o'clock, you can have time and we will deal with it on Thursday. You would have given it a careful thought
Thank you, Chair. That's fine.
Yeah, so now we are going to be left with two submissions. That will be the submission by the ANC on paragraph B on the same page 391. And then the last we will go back to the submission by Honorable Saul, which we deferred in the last meeting. The African National Congress, 391B.
Thank you very much, Chair. No, it's captured correctly, but now I don't have the Constitution in front of me, so I'm going to struggle to motivate it. But essentially, this section deals with the status and the institutional authority of the PKTT. So we were just providing additional factual information on, you know, how we understand the establishment of the PKTT. There's nothing controversial there, Chair. It was just basically saying that this was how, you know, the PKTT was established. I can quickly try and check the sections again, Chair, or if any of my colleagues from the ANC do have them at hand, maybe they can help me to just remember what point we were trying to make here. But it's just it's just a addition on it. Ish, yeah, no, Chair, yeah.
Okay, I know that you have had a long weekend. What those relevant sections, I think the legal team of Parliament can also help us to verify if those are the relevant sections. It's not something that may be done now. In case there are issues with the sections that, to which reference would have been made, they can always be affirmed or corrected.
Thank you very much, Chair. Thank you very much,
Yeah.
Chair. They were just the legal basis for the establishment of the PKTT and the authorities that existed. I think Section 206, 207 refer to obviously the authority of the minister as well as the national commissioner within that. But I accept your guidance, Chair. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Can we rotate and hear if the parties agree with the institutional basis for the establishment of the PKTT, the MKP? The DA?
I'm not sure about Shongwe. I just want to, just listen now to you. Thank you.
Okay. Honorable Shongwe.
No, I'm content, Chair.
Okay. Honorable Breitenbach.
Sorry, Chair, it's Honorable Cameron again. It's fine like that, Chair. I think it's a good addition. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Honorable Mathay.
Supported, Chair.
Thank you. Honorable Mwango. Honorable Sauls.
No problem, Chair.
Thank you so much. Honorable James. Thank you so much. Can we then go back to that submission, Honorable Sauls? Is it you presenting it or is it Ms. Van Zyl-Holz?
Ms. Van Zyl-Holz can go ahead, Chair.
Okay. Ms. Van Zyl-Holz, can we go back to that submission of the PA that we deferred in the last meeting?
Chair, if it is possible, we can maybe show it a bit later on because we have included it in the, I want to say, the cleaned up draft. So it will be difficult for me now to show a different version of the report, if you understand. I'm just afraid of a bit confusion. But Honorable Sauls and myself, we have been in communication. He did provide me the exact wording that he prefers. So Chair, I can assure the committee and Honorable Sauls that his wording is included in the so-called cleaned up draft. That's fast. Thank you, Chair.
Honorable Souls, can we agree to deal with it on Thursday when we start our meeting? I think at that time there would have been a well-prepared draft like Ms. Van Zyl-Holz is suggesting.
So you no longer need me to read it into the record, Chair?
No, what she's saying is that it would have been good that when the submission is presented, she's also able to slide it on the screen.
It hasn't been included.
That is why the chair is suggesting that if we could please start with it on Thursday, that will be the time when she will be able to put it on the screen. Is that okay with you? Is that okay with you?
As long as the record shows, like the chair, I've also been benevolent.
Okay, thank you so much. It's now 1 minute after 9. Our 2 hours have expired. And let me tell you, honorable members, since we started with the deliberations, these are the laziest 2 hours of the committee, because we started on page 375. In 2 hours, we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 391 is the 12th page. So we did only 12 pages, and I'm not saying that we must rush through the pages. But I know that, honorable members know that we can be businesslike, like the over 50 pages that we did in the last meeting. So we have been very lazy tonight. I understand that we are coming from a weekend, and I hope that when we come back on Thursday, we should be ready to go. Thank you so much for your time, especially this time of the night. I don't know if it's a perfect timing, but I must adjourn the meeting. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chairperson.
Chair.